Hello, good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me. I'm the last official speaker today. My name is Alison Stanton. I'm the founder and chief problem solver at Stanton Ventures, where I focus on all things data. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm here today to talk about ways DevOps could be more accessible. My perspective is unique. Both of my parents were programmers. I've had computers since I was 3. I was on the internet since 1995. And HTML was my gateway drug into programming. I found the word GOAT in the DevOps Dictionary and fell in love because it is an affirmation that talking to people to make things work for everyone is indeed a great thing, not something to be chastised for. It also nods to interdisciplinarity, curiosity, initiative, and reaching your goal. To me, DevOps was just a new word for system administrators. Given my experiences, that means it's closer to the hardware level. It's the land of duct tape and Band-Aids. Gruff older men in server rooms that no one wants to talk to because they always say no. The thing is, when all the system administrators you've ever dealt with have said no, you can't give you access because the system's always 30 seconds away from failure, turns out that's not what DevOps is about. But it took outreach to get me to realize that I might not already be part of this world. When I say accessibility today, I mean the ability to enter and stay in DevOps by people currently underrepresented in DevOps. By underrepresented, I mean those who are not white, cis, heterosexual, able-bodied men, and in some cases, those that pass as such. To me, the root issue is tribal knowledge. To learn DevOps, you must already be a part of the tribe. The tribe entry procedure is secret, and you're either on or off the highway. The on-ramps are almost non-existent, but once you're on, you're on. Now, as a data person, I wanted a quantitative measure, so I went to Amazon.com. And these are the rates at which books for each keyword is published. You can see by orders of magnitude that there are fewer DevOps books, aka fewer doors and fewer on-ramps. Therefore, my main point to you today is that the root solution for accessibility in DevOps is to start being great teachers. Share the wealth of knowledge, give lessons, answer questions, mentor, draw diagrams. There are multiple ways to contribute. The principles of teaching that I would personally encourage you to start with begin at universality. Expand your audience. How could someone learn DevOps from a local library computer? Be multimodal. People learn in different ways. Approachability of people who do DevOps work is also key. Honestly, I think DevOps has a perception problem. These are folks with unattainable expertise. No one knows how to find it. Perception issues are hard to combat, so be welcoming, and not just in words. Deeds count more. Practice use case learning. To me, use case learning embodies the concept of teaching with a focus on reaching a deliverable. It doesn't see setup, i.e. configuration management, as the thing to learn. It realizes that setup is the first step in getting to someplace productive. Second, I want to introduce you to the concept of full examples. When you give full examples, you make up for your unintended gaps in explanations. You spell things out step by step by giving more context to the learner, and they're more likely to be able to recover from your bad assumptions about what they do and do not know. You know how on Stack Overflow the answer is always go check the log file? Do you know how many log files there are in a Linux box? Every time I see that, I'm like, wait a minute, what directory is that in? Because I don't know. So my recommendation is for all of you to turn into teachers. Be the best teacher, because there's a lot of ground to make up for. I would challenge you to try to explain one thing a week. Here are some examples. They span mediums and audiences. The most important thing is for them to be publicly accessible online. Ideas like giving credentials are, I would hazard to bet, scary concepts at first glance. It's okay to start with read replicas. It's okay to start with training wheels. It's okay if you can only explain one thing a month, not one thing a week. My point is that this is not a one and done item. It needs to be an ongoing effort to be the best teacher you can be. You'll notice that I continue to be multimodal in my suggestions, because just as all learners learn best in different ways, so too all teachers have their best mediums. The important part is that you aren't insular. And honestly, stop with the excuses about why underrepresented people can't have access to systems, especially the excuse that is silence. Do you have any idea how hard it is to learn a technology without access to that technology? It's almost impossible. Here's what I wrote on a LinkedIn post last year. If they were really worried we would break something, they would teach us how not to break it. If they don't have time to teach us, they would tell us what certificate to earn, what to read, or what examples to build. to prove that we're qualified. Hopefully in this 5 minutes I've taught well. Thank you again for having me at DevOps Days Kansas City. Remember, feedback is love. I look forward to hearing about your efforts over the next year. Go forth and teach.